Now for a study of parallel and perpendicular lines. Lines in the same plane that do not intersect are called parallel lines, and parallel lines have the same slope. So that means that this line and this line, if they were drawn perfectly, would be parallel lines because they are the same distance apart at every point on the line, and they have the same slope. So if this one has a slope of 3/4 and this line is parallel to it, then it has a slope of 3/4 also. By the way, the symbol for parallel is like so. So if I want to say line L is parallel to line M, that's how I would write it. Okay, that's the symbol for parallel. You can write the equation of a line parallel to a given line if you know a point on the line and an equation of the given line. This is what that whole sentence means. Here's a line and here's another line. Whoops, excuse me. Pretend they're parallel. Those two lines are parallel. If I know the equation of this line is y equals 3x plus 2, then I know the equation of the given line right here, okay? And if I know a point on the line that I want to graph, if I knew that this was -2, 4, then I've got enough information to write the equation of this line. So if I know the equation of this one, and I've got a point on this one, and they're parallel, then I can write the equation of this line. Let's practice that. Write the equation of a line in slope-intercept form for the line that passes through -3, 5 and is parallel to the graph of y equals 2x minus 4. So we've got y equals 2x minus 4. We know that it's going to be parallel, so we're talking about a slope of 2. It's going to have the same slope. So we use the point that we've got, -3, 5. The y-coordinate is 5. The slope is 2. The x-coordinate is 3. And we're going to find the y-intercept. So we get 5 equals -6 plus b plus 6 on both sides of the equal sign gives us 11 equals b. So now we come back up here and we go y equals, the slope is 2 and the y-intercept is 11, and we've written the equation of our parallel line. Now if you think about this, if you've got the coordinate plane here and this line was 2x minus 4 and it's down here and it's going like this, then a line that's parallel to it is going to be going in the same direction, except it's going to cross the y-axis at a different location. It's going to have a different y-intercept. And this one is going to be up here at 11, and we'll go something like this. Okay, so what you're trying to do each time whenever you do this is find where the other line crosses the y-axis. Write an equation in slope-intercept form for the line that passes through 0, 4, and is parallel to y equals -4x plus 5. Okay, what do you know about the slope of the line that is parallel to y equals -4x plus 5? Right, you know that the slope is the same. So the slope of your new line is -4. And you know that it passes through 0, 4. So write the equation in slope-intercept form for that line. Pause the video and do this and come back. So we've got y, which is 4, is equal to -4, which is the slope, times the x, which is 0, plus b. So that gives us 4 is equal to -4 times 0 is 0. So all we're left with is b. Did you get that? So now we come over here and we go y equals. The slope is -4 because it's a parallel line. It's the same slope. X and the b, or y-intercept, is 4. So this is the equation of the line that is parallel to this line. I hope that you got that. Okay, lines that intersect at right angles are called perpendicular lines. So that means they will cross like this at right angles. Okay, so all four of these angles are right angles right here. If the product of the slopes of two lines is -1, then the lines are perpendicular. What that means is this. If one of them is 1/4 and you have another one that is -4/1, when you multiply these together, 1 times -4 gives you -4, and 4 times 1 gives you 4. That gives you -1. That means that these two slopes are the slopes of perpendicular lines. Another way to look at it is -4/1 is the negative reciprocal of 1/4. So let's think of this again. 3/5 is the slope of one line. The slope of the line that's perpendicular to it would be the negative reciprocal, or -5/3. If you had -1/8, then it would be the negative reciprocal for the perpendicular line, so that would be 8/1. And the way that you indicate two lines are perpendicular, line L is perpendicular to line M. This is the symbol for a perpendicular line. Write an equation in slope-intercept form for the line that passes through -4, 6 and is perpendicular to the graph of 2x plus 3y equals 12. Remember, the key to the thing to know is the slope. So let's try to find the slope of this line that we have right here. So we've got 2x plus 3y equals 12. There's no way to know the slope unless you put it in point slope or slope-intercept form. So let's put it in slope-intercept form, which is y equals mx plus b. So we want the y to be by itself, so we minus 2x on both sides. That gives us 3y equals -2x plus... That didn't come out well, did it? Let me write that one more time. Equals -2x plus 12. Divide by 3 on both sides. And that leaves us with y equals -2/3 x plus 4. So our slope for this one is m equals -2/3. That means that the slope for the line that is perpendicular to it will be 3/2, the negative reciprocal. And it passes through -4, 6. So we go y equals mx plus b. The y coordinate is 6. The slope is 3/2. The x coordinate is -4. And then we go plus b. So we've got 6 equals 4 divided by 2 is 2, times 3 is 6. So we've got -6 plus b, which gives us plus 6 and plus 6. We've got 12 equals b. Don't forget that line. So now we can write our equation, the equation of our line in slope-intercept form. That will be y equals 3/2 x plus 12. Whoa, not a very good 12 there. Your turn. Write an equation in slope-intercept form for the line that passes through 4, 7 and is perpendicular to the graph of y equals 2/3 x minus 1. What is it that you know that you have to have in order to write that equation in slope-intercept form? You've got to have the slope. What is the slope of the line that is perpendicular to y equals 2/3 x minus 1? It's going to be the negative reciprocal. What will that be? Pause the video and do this one and then get back to me. So we've got y equals mx plus b. The y is 7. The m is the negative reciprocal of 2/3, which would be negative 3/2. The x coordinate is 4 plus b. That gives us 7 equals 4 divided by 2 is 2 times 3 is negative 6 plus b. That's plus 6 on both sides. And that gives us 13 equals b. Then we come over here and we want to write y equals. Remember the negative reciprocal of 2/3 was negative 3/2 x plus 13. I bet you got that, didn't you? Good job. Okay, now determine whether the graphs of these three lines are parallel or perpendicular. Remember, the way that you find out if they're parallel or perpendicular is, do they have the same slope or do they have the negative reciprocal slope? So let's try this and see what we get. We want to find the slope of each one. So we've got 6x minus 2y equals negative 2. That gives us minus 6x because we want the y to be by itself. That gives us minus 6x on this side. We have negative 2y equals negative 6x minus 2. Divide everything by 2, negative 2, excuse me. Divide by negative 2 and divide by negative 2. And that gives you y equals 3x plus 1. But the important thing that we want to find out on this one is this. The slope is 3. So now the next one we've got is y equals 3x minus 4. The slope of this one is 3. So we do know that this one and this one are parallel to each other. Now let's find out about the last one. We've got y equals 4. Remember, it's y equals mx plus b. b is the 4, so we know the y-intercept of this one is 4. But what is the slope of this one? Since there's no x appearing there, that means that the slope is 0, because 0 times x is 0. So the slope of this one is 0. 0 is not the negative reciprocal of 3, so it's not perpendicular. And 0 is not 3, so it's not parallel. So these first two lines are parallel, and y equals 4 is just a line that intersects the other two lines.